Okay, I'm going hot. I'm going in. Nobody showed up for the meeting today, so I guess I'll just have to do lecture called "Buying Back Our Communities." The answer for tomorrow, the solution for today. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street has 600 businesses, 21 churches, 21 restaurants, 30 grocery stores, two movie theaters, six private airplanes, one hospital, one bank, its own school system, all burnt to the ground based on a lie. Urban Renewal Project Vinegar Hill got destroyed. The mission of Bboc is to provide new self-sufficient, self-sustaining communities for all of African Americans and Latinos. Bboc will be used as a vehicle to address the economic and social ills that have plagued African Americans and Latinos while living in America. The overall goal is to set up new communities in the 48 states that rest on the continent of America and utilize its functions to enable our brothers and sisters in the rest of the world to be able to duplicate these functions to allow for an international community for minorities worldwide. We know minorities are a misnomer, but we're using colloquialisms that everybody can understand. 7 phases of Bboc is community building, economic growth, internal trading, interstate trading, international community building, international trading, international socialization. Community building will be consisting of government assistance. In 2016, the U.S. government spent $30 billion on rental subsidies uh, for low-income households and $6 billion on public housing. And of course, today, amidst the COVID crisis that we're still recovering from, and they're giving away even more billions for rental assistance. Look it up and get yours today. African Americans average 27%, 29% Section 8, 41% public housing, 12% vouchers. The approximate total amount of housing assistance provided to African Americans by the U.S. government is 9.72 billion bucks. And so we lobbied them in 2019 to divert some of those funds to the Bboc initiative, and they said we're only going to give you 300 million, and it was unilaterally turned down by my elder. He did not inform us that he was offered 300 million, and then the lady told him to make it virtual only in order that because she failed to tell him about the COVID plan at the beginning of 2020. So in 2019, he thought he was doing an honorable thing by turning down the 300 million because she was trying to alter the plan from a physical land grab to where we could have our own safe communities to a 100% virtual community. So I kind of thought that was a great idea that he turned that down, but looking back on it, 2020 hindsight vision, I think it would have been a better idea to accept the 300 million and make it virtual. And so, in that virtual community, we could have easily converted it to a land and city building project because we would have had the virtual community to get on board and help us with the bodies and the minds and the footwork that it takes to build the cities. That means getting vendors. That means identifying properties and so forth and so on. Community building, government assistance. 1 out of 3 individuals that receive food stamps are African American, approximately 9 million. The approximate total amount of food assistance provided to African Americans by the U.S. government's 10 billion annually, plus the 9 billion that I just talked about. So, as I said, we lobbied the government to provide us those 20 billion so that they could save that each year. So over time, they would have saved trillions of dollars. But they elected to be offer my man 300 million. He turned it down, and so they still must provide the 20 billion a year in assistance to the African American community, which is the sixth region of the African Union. Community building. Bboc will construct autonomous communities within the 48 states that reside on the continent of Africa. Let me see if I can make this bigger for you guys here. Okay, maybe not. Economic growth. Economic structure, community businesses, and network businesses. Bboc will bridge the gap and ultimately eliminate the current social classes within the U.S. today, which will be a great thing. Bboc will target the judicial and legislative systems to invoke changes in law that will benefit the overall economic growth of the community as a whole. The economic growth that Bboc will strive for is to become an international commodity to invoke from the injustices we currently encounter from current system. Internal trade. Oh, I meant to let me back up 10 minutes and 7 minutes and allow you to know that Shabbat Shalomi. Lomi is the International Day of Rest for the Most High. The Most High needs this day to rest. And you guys, ratchet thoughts and speech this day and actions disturb his rest. So stop doing that. That's why he changes the channel and only listens to righteous people on his rest day. Internal trading. Bboc will reestablish the barter system, just like the Copenhagen Agreement that took place in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. Bboc will reestablish the barter system and trade amongst communities to ensure that all communities have the basic needs. Internal trading will also ensure that communal wealth will be maximized within the communities. The internal trade route system will correlate with the national trading system. Each state will identify a primary good to service all the other states. And my primary good, of course, is telecommunications. That will be in the form of, laptop, cell phones, and the little pad thingies, and anything, electronic that deals with telecommunications. So we got a big player in order to guide us in that arena that you don't know nothing about. Probably the most intelligent woman I ever spoke to in my life, and her name is Hamilton, Mrs. Hamilton. She's with our ADDI.org chapter. She's the chapter leader of the Cali chapter of ADDI. They have a bank now, ADIS. You need to hurry up and get involved, or you're gonna get left behind. All rich people survive this time period when they're trying to cull. They call it culling, the great culling, when they try to kill as many people as possible in order to maintain some more structure in the society. So they've since murdered 600,000 people and called it death due to COVID. And then they got paid heftily for killing them. Now, you don't want to be among that number, do you? So what you want to do is get your money up. You know, a lot of people try to teach us how to get money. That will be amongst the likes of Jay Morrison. That will be amongst the likes of what's that brother name? Spectacular Smith and Watkins and so many other people. So just too many to name. And so you know they teach people how to get money so that they can survive the culling that's happening. But you know some people just don't have uh, the willpower and the patience to learn how to work for themselves and work for other people, or you know what I'm saying, own your own business, because you're always going to work for other people and serve other people if you own your own business. They'd just rather be told what to do in a business that's already running. They go and audition for the position, and then if they're uh, yes sir enough, then they get hired for the job. And so, was that disrespectful? I certainly apologize. All I'm trying to say is, I meant to say, if you don't know how to own your own business, it's great to work. And in order to work, you save up enough money to start your own business. That's the best plan, you see. And then in the meantime, you have to learn how to uh, own your business because you're all people. So you have to be the same yes sir person whenever you own your own business because you're always working for people. It just don't matter what you do. You're always serving somebody. So you got to know that the customer is always right, and you have to learn how to say that in a way that doesn't make you look like you dancing, shucking and jiving. You have to say it in a professional way, in a calm way, and a loving way, and you have to address their legitimate concerns to calm them down, and to even have them be encouraged, and feel like you know what you're doing. So, you know, if you have to say yes, sir, then so be it. It's got to be done. Each state will identify a primary good to service all other states. Mine is telecommunications. Yours could be whatever you like it to be. I know some truckers. This woman that I keep getting tricked by is a trucker, and so you know she went off and had 5 kids without me, 4 boys and 1 girl. And so that's her thing. And that's what she decided to do. And that's what she wanted to do. And that's what she did. And so therefore, she can trick me again if she wants to. I don't have a problem with that. I just like her like that. So you have to come up with your own primary good or service uh, in order to provide to the people whenever you deal with this community. Now, so we have since opened up our plans from the core 48 cities, one in each continental United States, to 88 cities with the coalition with Prince Michael, Saint Prince Michael. Uh, Brother went to Tanzania and was ordained as a ambassador for Tanzania in the United States. He has since sued Disney for stealing the name Wakanda that was stolen by Stan Lee, who died in 2019 or 2020 or something like that. And Stan Lee stole the name of Wakanda and made millions of dollars off the name Wakanda. And then Disney put out a movie called Wakanda, and that is a name that was originated by the Tanzanians, and Wakanda means mountain people. He sued them, and I'm curious to see what the outcome is. And then he also sued the United States and the estate of Abraham Lincoln. I'm curious to see the outcome because as soon as he did that, they shut down all uh, courts around America with the COVID crisis. Not a problem because have since opened back up, and I hope he's defending himself very well because These people are crazy. They're really crazy. You understand me? And they don't mind for 1 second taking you out. Taking you out. Each community within their primary state will be responsible for creating trade routes throughout that state. Note, the state and financial council will determine the trading system within their respective states, but this trading system must correlate with the national trading system. Within Bboc, buying back our communities, each state will, I sit on the national council. You guys know me. I've been talking to y'all for years. Come on, man. Get on board. It don't take but a little bit of work, and that's something that you're commanded to do 6 days a week. Okay? So each state will need to purchase enough land to produce, manufacture the identified goods. It is the interest of the state to produce enough to support the communities as well as profit from outside consumers. Within Bboc, interstate trading is designed to be the national trading system that will be utilized to ensure that all communities within the U.S. will provide for on a national scale. The economic wealth that is built through internal and interstate trading will help propel Bboc to an international platform. See, we're building from the ground up. Then once we have the GDP to perform on an international scale, then we'll start trading internationally. Once we are recognized as a nation, then we will utilize the GDP of our nation in order to receive uh, a very small portion of our physical inheritance, Israelite inheritance, that's being held by a Idumean. So there is a Idumean clan or an Idumean uh, bloodline called the Temanites, who are a righteous bloodline of Edom, who Job saved, right? Job, the Edomite, saved his 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 clan, the Temanites, you see, and some others to that matter. The regional council, with the assistance of the state council, he is that Temanite is the current owner of the full Israelite fortune. And once we're recognized as a nation, which we already have a nation recognized on paper and honored and endorsed by the entire African Union, all 55 countries, that's called the Nation of Yasharun. And I would love to have an American brother nation to the nation of Yasharun called Praise Salvation, pursuant to Isaiah 60, which says that your walls will be called salvation and your gates will be called praise. So that is clearly the name of our nation. Our city will be called Zion, City of Zion. Somebody got a guess here. Hold on a second. Let me check. See who this is. Dimitri. Dimitri. It's Dimitri. It's Dimitri Milligan. How's it going, brother?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I'm doing a lecture since nobody showed up to the 6th Central Bboc presentation, core presentation. I'm doing the lecture on the core presentation today.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. I didn't know who this was. I just seen it. I seen it a couple of times, so I figured, well, I might as well jump in there and see what's going on.
I know that's right. You are who might you be in my phone? Are you Yuda?
Hi,
What's your Israelite name?
Jeremiah Ben Yehuda.
Jeremiah, Yera. Is that
Jeremiah.
Y-I? No,
Y E R Y E
Y-E-E-R.
R
Okay.
M I. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. Uh, can you see the internal chat?
Well, I can see.
The private chat over here on the side here. Let me type something in here. Can you see that?
I just see a screen computer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I
some
see it.
shit. Okay, so type your phone number in there so you won't miss any other meetings. I got one coming up Thursday at the same time, 6 Central.
Okay. Yeah, cause you apparently you've been sending them to my you already got my number.
Mhm.
Yeah, you
I
already got
certainly
my
do.
number. Yeah,
Absolutely.
you
I
are.
know I
Yeah,
do, but that's what. But I don't
yeah.
have your
That's how I got
name
the
as
number.
that though.
Huh?
I don't. Oh yeah. So I do. Yeah, I do. I know I have your number, but I gotta. I don't know which. Let me see here. Let me look at land here. Okay, we got Coniel, Deborah, which is Bahashim, Montoya, Rukia, and her husband. You got Yediah, who is Betty's husband. And we got Yuda, and then that's it. Hold on. I might got. Oh yeah, hold up. You the KC? You a KC brother?
Yeah. Right. Right.
Okay,
Right. Right.
got you. Okay,
Yeah.
I know exactly who you are, brother. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
KC now. I'm in KC mode.
Yeah. 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 I
Mhm,
figured that. I figured that.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah. I remember
So,
speaking with you some time ago. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
right.
We swapped out information. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what's your platform on? What you been doing?
It's called Bboc, which is a concept that anybody can use. So that's why I give it away freely. And
Uh-huh.
it's on how to identify the proper land that you're going to need if you want to build autonomous cities. So our
Uh,
goal is to build 88 autonomous cities, safe cities, refugee cities, and 40 embassies in the
uh-huh.
United States. And
Uh,
so some people don't want to live in the United States. So we have a nation already honored and endorsed by all 55 countries of the African Union in Africa. So
mhm,
that's in the southwest corner of the DRC, which is
mhm.
the Republic of the Congo,
Right.
and so that country is already recognized on paper, but you need people to fill up a country, and you know what I
Right.
mean. And you need people in order to do trading and things of this nature, and producing produce to sell to the marketplace. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Mhm.
we don't have that popularity just yet because everybody's looking at the dead. And, you know what I'm saying? The Most High is the God of the living, not the dead. So
Right.
we're branding our brand of salvation as far as this is for the survivors. This is for those who live and know how to stay alive. You see what I'm saying?
Look, like, dang, boy, these people behind the wheel are ridiculous. Yeah, but you're right, man. That's a good platform, man. That's a good oh yeah, I'm most definitely gonna be I'm most definitely you let me know when you going to do something because it seems
Thursday.
like something that I can learn quite a bit off of that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Off
sir.
of what
Thursday.
you
We
what
got
you
it.
teach.
And then I can't say too much on here because I don't speak about locations, but I got a location scouted out. And if you text me, I'll privately give you the location of what we got scouted out.
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do? Yeah, I'm about to jump out of this car and I'm gonna go to my text messages, and I'm gonna text you back. And that way,
Yes, sir.
you know exactly who it is.
Yes, sir.
And, okay, so
I appreciate you pulling up on me.
okay, it's all good, man. I'm gonna be pulling up even more. Once you get your
Hallelujah.
you start getting this stuff rolling, we'll get some more brothers to chime in and check it out.
All praises.
All praises. Shalom, King.
Shalom, Lomi. All right, yeah. So you heard it there first. Again, I get called. Everybody gets called that often. Our community likes to refer to each other as kings because we're all kings and priests. But I like to refer to myself as a prince because a king is only married to a queen, and I haven't found my queen just yet. I, I've been offered two queens. One tar, tar super blurry black queen that went to the seminary and learned that fake stuff. And then there was one Puerto Rican queen that was offered to me. So both of those were virgins, and I was too young and dumb to know uh, how to land virgins into a lifelong commitment. You understand me? So I just turned into a complete prostitute and started giving my body away for free to multiple women on a daily basis. You feel me? So that's another chapter. Well, I'm in the later chapters of my life that understands how to stay alive and how not to piss the Most High off. You understand? So back to the reading. Yeah. Within Bboc, interstate trading is designed to be the national trading system that will be utilized to ensure that all communities within the U.S. will provide it for a national scale. The economic wealth that is built through internal and interstate trading will help propel Bboc to an international platform. The Regional Council, with the assistance of the State Council, will establish a national trade system that will ensure that all necessary goods needed for all communities will be provided. Each region will need to purchase enough land to house all the goods that their region will provide to the other regions. Each region will need to establish a complete logistical system that will connect each community on a national scale. Now, don't get afraid of all these big words. I'm liable to take the big word debate in season 4 of SBDL. I'm liable to take that debate because I've been calling people out for using big words that they have to explain. So when we talk about logistics and all these things, all this is a working plan of how to get from A to B with your goods. You see, that's all logistics is. So don't be afraid of that, and we will be here to help you every step of the way. International community building. Once Bboc is established on the national platform, international relations will commence. Bboc will show ourselves friendly. To spark international relations through providing financial resources that will make us a commodity to that international community. This will be established through international trading and solidifying Bboc's economic system internationally. The National Council will enlist qualified individuals to start international relations. That would mean someone eloquent, you see, that doesn't have to use big words and can use very simplified words to get our message across to the international community. And hopefully, someone with a high level of beauty. You understand me? And so that's where the women come in at. They will be great at relations with the international community and with the interstate community and intrastate community and the city communities. Uh, Getting the message out is more acceptable from a beautiful woman. So that's what we look for whenever it comes to that particular position. The goal is to show ourselves friendly, to spark international relations through providing financial resources that will make us a commodity to that international community. International trading. Once international community building begins to establish itself, Bboc will begin trading and enter commerce on an international scale. Nope. Our monetary system will need a strong backing. Okay, so that's where the ADIS Bank comes in, and the ADHI, the African Diaspora Holdings Institute, that is underwriting the bank, ADIS Bank. We also have a coin available that I'm not going to disclose at this moment because I need to invest in it first. And then once I'm heavily staked, I'll be letting you know what the coin is so that you can buy it. Half of the funds made on the international market will need to be set apart or wholly in a separate pot. Note 1/3 of this amount should be used to purchase assets to establish international wealth, such as land, gold, silver, platinum, coltan, uh, thorium, etc. International socialization. Once international trading has been established, the final process is to help establish. Hold on a second. I got like a crack. The final process is to help establish our fellow brothers and sisters using the Bboc outline. The National Council will establish an international council with the areas that relations have been built. Based on the economic strategy devised, the funds set aside from international trading will be used to fund the first communities within these areas. Any questions? No? Okay. Go ahead, take a 10-minute break. You back? Good job. Now that you back, we're going to continue the breakdown. Let's build each other up. How? That's the question. That's a good question. Population. Identify current residential population of African Americans in the state. Colorado, approximately 250,000. Nope. It would be best practice to only allow up to 25,000 per community. Colorado would have a total of 10 communities. So now, in each community, we're going to be building for 20,000 people per community and have room for 25,000 people per community. So just in case some local hater decides to get a posse together of 200 people to burn down the city, just as they have always 100% of the time historically have done, including Wilmington, places in Atlanta where Atlanta big whoop their the white asses, and all types of other cities around the country that were 99% black. They were all burned down by local haters. No government agency ever bombed and burned down any black city, okay? But they turn a blind eye to it because they think the local haters are gonna click up together and take over the country. They're cowards. The total amount of African Americans in America is approximately 73 million people. Potential communities needed is 2955. Location. You got to identify the location of potential community. No, it would be best practice to find location close to a water source. That means a flowing water source so that you can have power. Outside of city limits, but close enough to draw income from outside communities. It would be best practice to find location close to a water source. The minimum of 150 to 250 consecutive acres, potential way of escape route. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that set up just in case the local haters come in and try to burn your town down. And if you don't have the artillery that we have, we got enough artillery to arm 3 armies, let alone little militias 10 times the size of impact. You see? So we're not worried about any local haters at all. we will literally kill you very well, very efficient, with no problem. So you got Bboc startup cost is cost to build one community in 48 states. That's 165 million bucks, man. You got that? I don't think you do. So that's why you need to get in your time machine and go back to the show that happened Sunday, which was telling you about the NFT funding that's available for us and the purified water, private label water funding. Oh, yeah, as a matter of fact, that show is not even public. But we talked about that Sunday. Purified water, private label selling in order to raise funds for your community. And you got the NFT funding, and then you have there's some other fundings that don't come off right off the top of my head here. Oh well, we fund ourselves in the form of what we would call what any government on earth would call taxes, but in our community we call it tithing. You see, and that only happens once a year, just like uh, any government collects taxes once a year. Understand me? Oh man, this is my elder. I hope I'm doing him justice in presenting his plan. Would you like to take over?
Mm,
Can you hear me?
yep, I can hear you.
All right.
Can you
So
hear me?
yes, I can.
I'm gonna need you to shut this down like right now.
Got you covered.
All right, appreciate you.
All right.